He tries to treat Alzheimer patients through the body, the mind, and the soul. I have been having a lot of fun talking with Dr. Arnold Bresky about his whole person-centered care plan for avoiding Alzheimer's. So, if we do, first of all, if we take a look at all the physical things we can do, that we can make a huge difference already, and that is really good news, and that's very encouraging. And if you have anybody in your family, someone that you know, that you are concerned about dealing with the effects of Alzheimer's, I want you to take a look and show this to them, send this to them, and have them take a look at what Dr. Bresky has been talking about. But even more, beyond the physical things that anybody would normally assume you would do, you have some other things that have to do with what you call the whole person-centered care.
Mine is a very holistic program, body, mind, and soul. So with respect to the mind, depression, Martha, kills brain cells. We see it all the time when we do brain scans. And a lot of people who are depressed when they're seniors, if I could reverse that, their memory gets better. It's reversible. So I use many things to fight depression. The other thing is chronic stress. When we're under chronic stress for financial, physical, whatever reasons, cortisol is produced naturally in our body, which steals the sugar from out of our brain cells so we can't function. And that's why when a person has stage fright, it's the cortisol. So it works that quickly.
Interesting.
So what I do is decrease their stress with prayer and things like that.
With prayer, we talked about music therapy.
Yes.
You talked about fun and laughter.
Right.
And
meditation, relaxation. Right?
Meditation. We've covered physical exercise and good nutrition and sleep. What do we have on sort of the science side of preventing Alzheimer's?
Right. The brain works through numbers and patterns. That's what I've discovered in my work. So I have invented over 2,000 cognitive exercises with numbers and patterns so that people can stimulate the growth of new brain cells and get the brain cells talking better. See, I make the brain more efficient. And so I use crossword puzzles, because when people do crossword puzzles, they lower their risk of Alzheimer's by 67%. And I also use music and art, because that part of the brain behind the ear still has its myelin. Myelin starts in the uterus, and I used to, in my birth center, use music for newborn babies that listen to the music when their mother and father were practicing.
And now the myelin, is that...
Myelin is the insulation around the nerve fibers. Most people know about myelin for multiple sclerosis, right, which is an autoimmune disease. But what happens at age 50, our myelin gets degraded, and that's the beginning of Alzheimer's. So I use art, because people still have their myelin back behind the ears, and I teach them to draw using the Michelangelo grid system that's 500 years old. And if you saw the drawings, you think a professional did it.
You brought one, and we're going to take a look at this. We're going to show you one now, where it's a picture of. Tell me about that picture.
Well, it's a picture that looks like Jesus, actually. And I give them the original, and with an X going through it, and they follow it using a ruler, and it takes them a few weeks to do. I see a patient every week for 4 months. See, that's how long it takes to change behavior and get the brain to function better. And I have drawings that people have done that you wouldn't believe, never drawn before, with stage 2 Alzheimer's and higher. And I just had an art exhibit at the City Hall downtown in Los Angeles. I had 32 drawings up there, and it's called Hope, Esperanza, and Mitzvah.
Having you here has been a mitzvah, let me tell you.
Yes.
You're going to come back, and it's Dr. Arnold Bresky. Please check out his website at mybraintuneup.com.